What is death? Does it mean to die? And that is an absolute certainty that we're all going to die. And what does that mean? One has continued from childhood till the moment of death. Continued with one's thoughts, with one's ideas, or new set of ideas, thoughts, trouble, pain, anxiety, loneliness, and all the travail of life. That's what we call continuity. And in that process, time is a factor. And when we die, all the Asiatic world believes, at least some of them, majority of them, including India and so on, this continuity will continue after death, which is called rebirth, reincarnation. And that's a very comforting idea. What you sow, you reap. If you are not good in this life, then in next life you pay for it. Or you pay for it now. Right? Cause and effect. Causation, separate, as though it was separate from the effect. We are saying causation has in it inherently effect. There are not two separate things. I wonder if you get all this. This is not philosophy. It's not some kind of exotic nonsense. You can see one's own life. If you do something ugly, it has its own reward, or its own pain. If you do something correctly, without the self, then that brings about its own goodness. So continuity is a form of causation, effect, and the effect becomes the cause. And so it's a chain. And we're asking, what is death? Biologically, when the brain has not sufficient blood, breath and so, it decays very rapidly. And that is called death, by physical death. Either that is brought about through some kind of disease, natural old age, or some accident. We acknowledge that, because that's inevitable. But we say, I have gathered all this experience. All my life I've worked. All my life I've tried to do this and that. And what's the good of it all if I come to an end of all that? Don't you ask these questions? So we have to ask, what is it to end? to end something in which there is no continuity. You understand? To end. All right. One is attached. There's no question about it. Attached to an idea, to a book, to a saying, to your money, to your wife, or to some ideal, and so on. One is deeply attached. We're not saying it's right or wrong. One is attached. Death comes along and says, sorry. Cuts that attachment. And we want that attachment to continue. And without it, and when there is freedom from attachment, we feel a bit lost. So, we are frightened of death because it may end everything that you have. Following? And one asks, what have you? At the end of 90 years, I'm asking this of myself. And you must be asking of yourself, what is it that you have? A house, a bank account if you are lucky enough or unlucky enough, a wife, a husband, the pleasure of sex, and all the conflict of one's life. Actually, what has won in your life? What have you? And if one was very, very honest, you need to have a house. You need to have a shelter, food, clothes. That's natural, normal. Otherwise, what have you? A series of memories, right? A bundle of memories, and nothing else. In those bundle of memories, there are all aspirations, wanting, not wanting, seeking God, all that. Or not seeking God, or saying, there is only this. That's pleasure, money, power. The mundane activities of one's life, that's all one has. And death comes along and says, you can't carry it with you, it all has to come to an end. End of that, end of all your memories, all your experiences, all the things one has struggled through life to accumulate.